So what you just missed was this dog rushing out of the kennel, breaking free from the two kennel workers. You can see that the dog is highly agitated, and pretty soon you're going to start seeing this dog jumping up, and it nips people's clothing, it's nipped people's arms, it grabs the chin, there we go, right there. So that's a really dangerous behavior for a dog to have. Now, I don't fault the kennel workers for this at all, because they just don't know how to handle this behavior. So they're trying to get the leash away from the dog. What they're actually doing is agitating the dog. This is very, very dangerous, having your hands by an open mouth. So obviously they're matching the dog's energy, and when it comes to this, you actually have to be calm. So this dog right now is actually pulling and dragging the kennel worker back. So this is a big game for the dog. There's no way a dog like this is going to be getting adopted out. And they were told me after this was shot, this is a good day. So this is not the worst that they usually see. Interesting. Now what you're seeing is the dog drag the kennel staff out to the play area, and bingo, the best reward ever. So all of that nonsense, there's the reward. Gets to play. So this is typical of what happens in a lot of households and a lot of shelters. The dogs act like crazy fools, and then the reward is this. So the dog gets to run around, the dog gets to play with its ball. The problem I have with this is that they're keeping the dog in an agitated state. The goal of all dog ownership, but especially shelter dogs, we don't want them at this agitated state, because what are they going to do is what? Jump, nip, bite, bark. If they've got separation issues, or they also could start going cage crazy, kennel crazy. So it's important that we start training these dogs how to be calm. Obviously, this dog does not know any commands. So I would consider this dog badly obedient and also badly behaved. Now, this volunteer is going to come in, try to get the dog to come to her, because we want to go for a structured walk. I'd like to see how the structured walk looks like. So right now, obviously, it's massive disrespect. The dog could obviously care less that the kennel volunteer, the shelter volunteer, is even there. The dog's in its own world. So to me, this is not happiness. This is not the ideal life for the way that the dog should be. Yeah, the dog is having a great time right now, an awesome time, but the volunteer is having a miserable time. So she finally got a hold of him, boom, right there. That's really dangerous behavior, right there. That's the kind of behavior that gets dogs killed. Opening up the gate, the dog comes rushing out, and then look, starts jumping all over everybody. So this is probably about a 70-pound pit, which I do not consider this dog the least bit aggressive. This is a non-aggressive dog, but it cannot be doing this. This is the kind of nonsense that gets dogs like this killed all the time. Chances are, and look what it's doing right now. It is dragging this person. This is really just bully behavior, bratty behavior. The dog is being a total a-hole. But the problem is they don't have the tools or the information or the knowledge. So this behavior right here, really very dangerous. This is the kind of stuff that the dog ends up making contact with somebody and biting them. They've had trainers come in, they've had staff come in. Nobody can handle this dog. And it's important to note that they've been trying to work with this dog for a few months, and after you The most important thing is calmness with these dogs. Allowing a dog to come out in a high energy is not happiness to the dog. It's actually going to get the dog killed. So we should never be allowing these dogs to come out of these kennels all adrenalized, but also jumping on us and biting our arms. That will get them killed. So there's a couple different things we can do. We can use just a basic slip lead. So the goal is I cannot have this dog jumping, so he was also jumping on us. So this is air. All this is compressed air, right? It's not a chemical at all. It's just literally just air. This is a great thing that every actually dog owner and kennel worker should have. Because when he was jumping on us, if we would just go like that, he would stop jumping. So again, it's all about controlling the energy. So we need to be able to get this dog to learn that all of that nonsense is not going to get the dog out. So, it's also dangerous. He came running out of here off leash.
which can get, I know he doesn't fight with dogs, but that could actually end up in a dog fight.
Yeah.
Or it can end up with, even if he's playing with a smaller dog, it can end up breaking their neck. So what we want to do is we want to put a slip lead on. So it's all about energy. So slip lead on the dog. This dog is going to learn, without any words, to not rush out of this crate. If we're going up to these crates and we're giving them, oh, look at you, or giving them food, or trying to give them a pet, unfortunately, it makes us feel good. It doesn't help the dog any. I'm not saying never pet the dog or never get the dog food, but this dog has a habit of rushing out of here and biting, nipping, mouthing people. So this dog is going to learn, just because the gate is open, close. So he's going to learn by default that he's not allowed to rush my gate. So now look at that. Eye contact, not that I care as much, but he's going, what do you want me to do, Jeff? And I'll say, thank you for asking. So I've got a dog now that I have not technically spoken with verbally, that I'm getting to be much calmer. Open up the gate, look at that. So instead now of his default behavior, rushing out, what's his default behavior? What do you want me to do, Jeff? Very nice. So open gate, close gate. He backed up on his own. Open gate. Ah, what do you want me to do, Jeff? Thank you for asking. So this is huge. Believe it or not, every dog, I know you only want me to work with this dog, every dog in this shelter should be let out just like this. It's going to bring down the adrenaline in the shelter, it'll bring down the energy in the shelter, and it'll bring down any safety risks. Look at that. So he made his own decision right now not to come out. And this is a really bully dog. We know that. He's pushy, he's bratty, he bites at the leash, he nips at people's clothing, and now we have a dog without me using any words, and he's trying to get away from me, and I'm not going to let him. He's not trying to get away from me because he's scared. I assure you, this is not a fearful dog. He's getting away from me because he's like, holy shit, I guess this guy is running the show and I should listen to him. Okay, look at that. Beautiful, nice and calm. Now he's allowed to come out. So now I'll say, let's go. Now, when he comes out though, okay, and let's see what his behavior is now when he comes out. Now again, he comes out, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to leave this area. There's no way this dog is going to be allowed to drag me around. So all I'm doing, yep. So all I'm going to do with him is keep him here until I get the same energy that I got in there. So remember we had calming energy in there? So I'm looking for calming energy here. I'm looking for this dog to make the decision. I'm not going to talk to him, I'm talking to you guys. So look at that. Loose leash, this dog. What do you want me to do, Jeff? Hey, thanks for asking. No jumping, no mouthing. Why am I not getting jumping and mouthing? Because my adrenaline load is lower. Does that make sense? When you get a dog all excited, what do dogs do? Nip, bite, jump, bark, and suffer from separation anxiety. When you have a dog that is kept in a low level, okay? Now if he jumps up on me, I'm just gonna give him a quick squirt of air. I'm not mad at him, I'm not upset at him, I'm not angry with him. He has to know that the split second of him jumping, it's wrong. But I'm not going to throw him back in his kennel, and I sure as heck I'm not going to reward him by taking him out to the play area. That's the worst thing you guys could do, but everybody does it, and it works. No, Jeff, when he gets out there, he stops jumping on me. Of course. So in a way, you're like the less of two evils. But now, going back in, let's go. You guys take kennel up or go in your kennel or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Oh. Inside.
Okay, well, we should give it a command.
Okay.
You should give kennel up.
Kennel up.
Okay, so again, eventually though, believe it or not, you're gonna leave this door open, walk to that door, come back, the dog doesn't come out. This dog is not allowed out of here without permission. I don't care if the door is open or not. So now we've got a dog that's been acting like a total asshole for the longest time. Look at this. Calm, eye contact. Not that I care about eye contact, but it's always nice to see that I got a dog now. Now I got a dog wide open and I'm moving a little bit away. Self-correction. He actually thought about it, but now we move back in. Now I'm going to say, let's go. Have him come out. And he's going to learn now. Now he's going to learn what to do when he's out. Because he's so used to acting like a total a-hole. Now we've got a dog that is just going to be hanging out. So I corrected him biting that leash. You don't bite leashes. You do not bite leashes. Number one, these things cost me $13 a piece. All right? So, and he can bite through the leash and end up running away. And it's also the act. So now what I want to do, I'm not going to tell him to SIT. Again, you wait to get out of this threshold. You come out and you're calm. And then you drop to a sit. Why? Oh, maybe I got to talk to a kennel worker. Maybe I have to talk to a volunteer. Maybe I've got 5 volunteers each taking out a dog and all doing the same thing, and all of us stand here like this. Wow, wouldn't that be great if we had 5 volunteers lined up with calm dogs? Now calmness gets you outside. Again, I'm just using a basic slip lead, which was causing a lot less trauma than him choking on his flat bucket. No high-pitched voices. I'm not telling him he's good. The dog's on death row. He ain't that good. You know, the fact that I'm working with him is a reward. The fact that I took a dog that was way up here on the adrenaline threshold and got him here. If you've ever suffered from panic attacks or depression, if somebody can help you, that's a heck of a reward. It's awesome. We have to just be careful when you're doing this. Watch out where your face is, because dogs, if he jumps up like at a t-shirt and he does the face, that gets him killed.
Yeah, that's what he's done.
Yes, so we have to be really careful. That's why no baby talk, no food, no praise. So, kennel up. So believe it or not, this exercise of going back and, you don't even need, why go to the play yard?
This is mental stimulation.
Yeah, I wouldn't put this dog in the play yard for the next week. I would do this to this, this to this, this to this, till every single person has it calm. Because if we can't control a dog here, you ain't controlling the dog out there. So again, open up the kennel. Now we got a little bit farther this time. What do you want me to do, Jeff? Awesome stuff. Loose leash. I'm not telling him to stay. I'm not telling him to wait. This is awesome stuff. This is learning moments. This is what's going to keep this dog alive. So imagine if this was a car door, a house door. It's all the same. So I've got a dog now that on its own is being told not to come out.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Please.
So, I mean, obviously there's a bit of panic in our state of mind, but
You guys are nervous. You're really nervous.
I'm like,
I know you are. Well, you're nervous, which gets me bit. So if you care about me, stop being nervous.
well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, so how do you get to that happy place where, you know, because it's mostly about us getting there first.
Well,
right?
you got to be really confident in your abilities.
Okay.
I have zero fear of dogs. Massive respect, zero fear. If I'm afraid of this dog, I'm screwed. If I'm afraid of a dog, I get bit. If you're afraid that I'm going to get bit, I'm going to get bit.
Okay.
Because what the dog is going to be, it's like, you're afraid, I better start biting things.
Yeah.
And he ain't going after you, he's going after me. But the point of this exercise is calmness.
Yeah.
The worst thing is, look at you, Brick, I missed you! Great, jump, bite, nip.
I've never had any success with getting them to SIT with just that little pressure in the back with my
Right.
2 fingers.
Right.
So I'm assuming I'm pressing in the wrong spot.
Or you're using your whole hand, and when you use your whole hand, the dogs fight you.
Well, I've tried the 2
Two
fingers.
right there. So pressure up and pressure
Okay.
down. Almost like up to a pendulum, right? Like that, and then eventually you take the fingers away. So like Clover, who's 8, can drop 100-pound dogs. in a
Right.
heartbeat.
Okay.
So it's not strength. But we can never out-strength a pit bull.
Yeah.
You know, no part of their body or no part of their mouth. So it's got to all be technique. So this is a big difference from when you guys took them out. But this is what I'm all about. This is what Jeff Gelman of Solid Canine Training is all about. Calmness. That's what it's all about. You get this, you can do anything. The dog can be fully trained in 6 one-hour sessions. Fully off-leash trained. So I don't really care how you do it. But it's a disservice to let these dogs jump, bite, drag. So look at what we're getting here. I still have not said anything to this dog, and he's just like, all right, I'm just hanging out with this guy. And if he breaks, is when we've got to be patient with the dog. So we just sort of come back like this, push up, push down.
I honestly don't think he's ever done that in his life for anyone.
Right.
No.
And it's sort of hard
Definitely
when he's
not
all
this long.
adrenalized.
Yeah.
It's hard. That's what everyone's screaming. Sit, da. So here we are. You guys are wrangling him. What do you think's happening to him? Oh, geez, I'm being wrangled. I guess I'll calm down. No.
Yeah.
Wrangling a dog elevates them. Calmness. Calmness. It's all about calmness. It's not about yanking. It's not about yelling. It's all about calmness.
Even just his energy in the kennel right now is so different.
Yeah.
He's content. Like,
Yes.
look at his tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same protocols, and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to have him come out. So same default stuff. Let's go.
His attention.
So I've got the slip lead on is the safety, which I encourage everybody to do, and then the prong onto the leather leash. So the leather leash is what, the prong will kick in first. It's all safety protocols. The last thing you need is a jumping, lunging, nipping pit bull running around your property.
Yeah.
So now, we'll start walking. And we're going to see some objections possibly. And the reason why we see the objections, he's objecting to it's the objection to the nonsense he's not allowed to do. Remember all that stuff at the beginning? He can't do that now. He doesn't like it. So what's he going to do? Object. I don't want to eat my broccoli. I don't want to go to bed. It's all the same nonsense. So he's got to learn that that doesn't work. Should be a little concerned about me. I'm very concerned about you because you're going to end up dead.
Yeah. And everybody's very concerned about him.
Yeah. So nobody likes to talk about it except for me. So.
I know.
So default SIT. I'm not going to tell the dog to sit. Let's go. So he's not a lot of sniff, he's not a lot of mark, he's not a lot of pull. Okay? So what the weird concept of this is, people are going to see this and they're going to think, oh, he looks sad. Or it's like, you really think a pulling dog is happiness? In my book, that's stress and anxiety.
Completely. And he's full of anxiety.
Yes, it's very full. So what we do is we take away all that nonsense and we get this. So look at this, loose leash. This is what I'm looking for. Right there. Right there. So when he was dragging on a flat buckle collar, he was causing massive, massive damage to his neck. So this right here, he's behind me, which means what? There's zero pressure. A dog that's in follow mode, look at this. There's no pressure at all on him. And even if there was, not that I care, but there's no pressure. So look at this. We've gone from a dog that's been dragging us down the street to a dog that's in follow mode. And obviously this is the first time we're walking him. It's, it's not the smoothest thing, but look at this. Always loose. So I'm just gonna give him information. Information. He was giving us information before.
Plenty of it.
The information was, F you, I really don't care about you. I'm giving him information saying, you know what, I need you to be a little bit back. Here we go. That's it. That's all we're doing. Okay? Calmness. This guy hasn't jumped on me. He did once, I think. Calmness. Calmness. This is better for a dog's mind as well.
Well, that's an adoptable dog.
This, like I said, 6 days fully off-leash trained. But that's not what I'm here for. Right?
You just started brick of fun. Save the brick.
All right, there you go. Look at this. So I don't know how long you've been working with him, but whatever you've been doing, it's obvious, ain't working. So now we got a dog that's better state of mind, much better state of mind, much better state of mind.
He's not panting like he usually is. His eyes aren't bulging out of his head like they usually are.
When they pull on a flat buckle collar, that's how you end up. I've seen dogs choke themselves out as well as throw up. How good could that be? So people have to remember what tool, not to get into a tool conversation, but what tool that seems good for us, that doesn't mean it's necessarily good for the dog, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Again, results speak volumes. Show me results, then I'll start listening to you. That's all I care about. But a dog shouldn't take 6 months, 6 weeks to walk on a leash. 6 seconds. Again, very, very loose, no pressure on the dog. Okay, now we're going to come to a stop. You're going to walk the dog. All right. So confidence, pop, information. There we go. Give him some more information. Information. Good. Good. So all you're doing is you're giving him information. You're just saying, you're interrupting. You know what? I got to interrupt that forward motion. I can't have you doing it, because if you do that, you start dragging me. So he's a little bit ahead of you. There we go. Get him on the other side. There you go. Swing him around. Yep. There you go. I would choke up a little bit on that leash. There you go, right there. Good. Good job.
So anytime I feel tension, I'm going to correct.
Right, yeah. You want, anytime he starts going past your leg, you want to interrupt that. So we're not correcting him, we're just interrupting him. Because minimal pressure is not a correction, it's an interrupter. There's a big difference. He goes to jump on me, I correct. He goes to bite me, I correct. He moves a little bit forward, I just interrupt it, that's all. It's no different than any other training modality.
Except it works.
Except for it works. So he's nice and calm now. So every walk of every dog on this property should look like this. And since he gets along with other dogs, he should be going on pack walks. 2 dogs, 3 dogs. So if you've got dogs that are good with other dogs, look how he ignores all those dogs.
I bring my 12.5-year-old, and the new dogs, they're very good with them, so I take them and walk with them.
Good. So let's head back in. Oh, is that the best way? Yep. Let's head back in, and you're gonna kennel him up. And then have him come out.
Let's go.
Good job. And get him into a calming state next to you. Good. There you go. Spin him around. Get him next to you. Good. There you go. You got it. Good. And then you're straight body, nice and relaxed, right? You're not nervous. You're not anxious. You're very relaxed. Your arms are nice and relaxed. Your body, your breathing is relaxed. Because dogs are mirrors. So if a dog is breathing too fast, we actually slow our breathing down.
Yeah.
Okay? You match it. So if the dog is nervous and tense, we relax even more. Got it?
Yep.
Because if we use our energy and try to overpower their energy, it won't work.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm usually pretty calm and relaxed, and I try to get him as much as he can be calm before I take him out.
Yes.
Then once he's out and he's so anxious, it makes me so anxious.
I
And I'm not
agree.
afraid of him,
Right.
but my energy level certainly
It can't be. It's got to be lower. All right? Do that again. He's got to learn, leash or no leash. You don't rush out of these kennels. All right? You go in your kennel when you're told. You stay in there until you're told to come out. No discussion.